Hey everyone, welcome back to Sami Vapor Studios, the channel. I'm Sami, and today I've got a really cool video for you. We're going to be doing a unboxing video, and yes, we will also be doing a review of what we will unbox. So I'll be reviewing the LEGO Star Wars Boba Fett Mech set number 75369. But before we get into it, there's a bit of a backstory that I want to share. So this amazing LEGO set was actually a gift from my dad for my 25th birthday. He knows how much I love LEGO and Star Wars, and so it was the perfect present. But life got very busy, and this set has basically been sitting on my shelf, collecting dust for many months. I hadn't decided to do an unboxing and to basically put the set together until now, so it's better late than never, right? The packaging, as always with LEGO, is top-notch, the style is fantastic, the front shows Boba Fett in his mech, and the back has some cool action shots of the set as well as the other sets that you can get in this lineup. Alright. Let's finally open this box and see what's inside. And it's got bags divided into 3, each one labeled 1, 2 and 3, and of course it comes with the instructions, which are very easy to follow. Now, let's get to building. Now, I've sped up the footage so that you can see the entire process in just a few minutes. It took me about half an hour to complete, but it was a really fun build. And you're probably wondering, well, why was it half an hour? Well, primarily because I had to read things very carefully and not make the same mistake as I did with other bigger builds. So I had to take my time with it. But anyway, it was a really fun build putting this together. I'm working with a pretty small set, but I really did take my time with it during the time of filming, and let me tell you, this footage is as fast as I could make it in post-production. The original footage was 30 minutes in length, and this is the absolute fastest that I could go without it turning into a blurry mess. So yeah, we're still in real time here, but trust me, it feels like it's flying by as I work through these pieces. And honestly, I'm really tempted to really speed this footage up even more, but if I did that, then it would just make it a blurry nightmare. And if I could make it go any faster, trust me, I would have. But you know, you get to see every little detail of my absolute perfection here. I love how detailed this set is. The designers really knew what they were doing with the shape. It's almost like you're building something that could actually take down an army of stormtroopers, or at very least, one very confused droid. So here's the thing about LEGO sets like this. They look very simple when they're finished, and before you even put them together. But when you're building them, it's like playing a game of, where does this piece go? And just when you think you've got it, you realize you missed a step somewhere. And it's like the set is playing you and not the other way around. Which is also why I took 30 minutes to try and put this thing together. Not because it was complicated, but because I had to really make sure that I wasn't going to make any mistakes putting it together, while also making sure that my camera didn't fall down while filming the process as well.
Building something, whether it's a LEGO set or a mighty mech, it's a bit like being a superhero. You start with a few small pieces, nothing too impressive on your own, but with patience, a steady hand, and maybe a little heroic determination, those pieces come together to form something awesome. Even this mech, made with plastic bricks, shows how the little things matter. Every tiny part has its place, and when they all connect just right, you get something spectacular. Now this mech might not be flying through the neon skies or battling villains anytime soon, but it's a reminder that great things, heroes included, are built one piece at a time.
I mean, I don't know if this mech is going to change the world, but I'll take the small victories. Speaking of small victories, it looks like our mech is pretty much finished. So let's take a look. And here it is, the completed Boba Fett Mech. And this set, I will say, although it is a very small set, the set looks absolutely fantastic. The details on Boba Fett, the Boba Fett minifigure, are incredible. They get all of the imprinting down really well. And the mech design itself is really well designed. And despite how small and limited the set can be, you can actually be quite imaginative with the set and think of many different play scenarios. Perhaps there could be some kind of giant mech that Boba Fett has to fight. You know, you could make it so that they go against each other. Or you could make it so that a giant mech is up against a couple of Jedi. I mean, there's a ton of scenarios that you could play out in your head as to what you could do with the set. Anyway, let's take a closer look at some of the features of the actual build itself. First of all, we have the stud shooting blaster that the mech has. It's very easy to load and fire, and it adds a whole lot of playability to the set. Then there's the jetpack with the flick shooter, and this is a very neat addition that makes the mech even more fun to pose and display. So, let's talk about the pros and cons of this set. Well, first of all, we're going to go through the pros. First pro is its great design. The mech and the Boba Fett minifigure are both really well detailed and really well designed. For instance, the Boba Fett minifigure is very, very near accurate to the movie version of Boba Fett. The second pro is its play features, such as the stud shooter and the jetpack flick shooter, which adds a lot of playability. And the third pro is its build experience. The build was enjoyable, not too difficult. And I basically had a blast taking my time with it. Now let's talk about the cons. First of all, there's the price point. It might be a bit pricey for some, especially considering the size of the set, but I would recommend getting the set as if it were to be on sale. You might have to check when it next goes on sale, or if you can get it as a gift, even better, because then you don't have to pay for anything. In my case, I didn't pay for anything because it was given to me as a gift. Okay, con number 2 is limited articulation. The mech's articulation is a bit limited, like it can't bend its knees, and the arms are just stuck in one place. You can swivel the arms and you can swivel the legs, but you don't have that bend joint in between, which can make posing it tricky. So sometimes the mech can fall over because of balancing issues and gravity, and sometimes that can't be helped. But if you ever want to use it for stop motion, then I would recommend using like a base plate and maybe some blue tack or white tack to hold it in place. That might be something recommended. And the final con is the set contains small parts which could be easy to lose, such as the flick shooters on the back, or the little tiny stud shooters that you could easily lose. But luckily, LEGO was generous enough to provide a couple of spare mini studs for the stud shooter. Overall, I'm really happy with this set. It's a great addition to my LEGO and just LEGO Star Wars collection. And if you're a fan of either, I definitely recommend checking it out. So now that the build is finally complete, let's talk about the overall experience that I had. And I've got to say that this set was a blast to put together. The details on the mech are absolutely incredible. The design really stays true to Boba Fett and Star Wars, while adding that unique mech flair. And the build process was smooth, well, except for that one stubborn piece that we don't talk about. Overall, I'd give this rating a solid 9 out of 10. The only thing holding it back is that it could have included a bit more articulation in the arms, or maybe some extra accessories, and maybe some articulation in the knee joint, giving it a knee joint and making it so that it can bend. And maybe the set would also benefit from having some extra accessories because, well, come on, Boba Fett really deserves all the gadgets. But honestly, if you're a Star Wars fan or even a LEGO fan, then this set is absolutely worth it.
Okay, my turn. First off, this mech is straight up clean. The helmet design, perfection. The color scheme, spot on. But here's where it's lacking. It's missing that extra wow factor, you know? Like, where's the jetpack action? Where's the built-in flamethrower for maximum coolness? I mean, don't get me wrong, this thing is a total beast. And personally, I give it an 8.5 out of 10. But it would hit a 10, a perfect 10, if LEGO added a dab function. Just saying, LEGO, hit me up, I got ideas.
Okay, I get it. Next time I'll look for a merch with a dab function, if that ever exists. But honestly, I think that we can both agree that this set delivers on all of the things that we love. It's fun to build, looks amazing on display, and brings a little Star Wars magic into the mix. Also, may I add that it's pretty good if you're trying to look for that one Boba Fett minifigure as well. And there you have it, our official unboxing and review of the LEGO Boba Fett Mech set. Don't forget to like this video, share this video with your friends and family, and, of course, most importantly, don't forget to subscribe. I'm Sami, and you've been watching Sami Vapor Studios. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today, and until next time, may the Force, or may the LEGO pieces, be with you.